Tecmo presents The Year I Was Born, 1989, Ninja Gaiden. It's just going in. All right, this is Ninja Gaiden for the NES. I, once again, surprise, surprise, was a proud owner of Ninja Gaiden for the NES. And I actually played this one after I played the second one because my cousin had Ninja Gaiden 2 on his NES, and it was like cool. And but it was one of those games where like he was like super about it. He was like, "Oh man, this game is like the coolest thing ever," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool," but like I never got to play it because it was his. So like he would play it and we would just watch, which sounds terrible in execution, but like when you're a kid, you're just like happy, especially, well, I mean, let me rephrase that. When you were a kid at that time, because I mean, things changed, it's different now. But like, it was just cool just hanging out and like being like, "Oh, cool, what's that? Oh my God, try that." Like, you were just like backseat gaming like to the max, but it was cool. You know, it was fun. It was like, it was rad to have that experience with them and kind of experience everything at the same time as they were. And so he had it, so he would play it, and he would like, and I was one of those things where like, because I didn't have it, I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna be garbage at it, like I don't want to play it. Like every so often to be like, "Oh, do you want to play?" And I'd be like, "No," because I feel like I'm gonna suck. And because of that, like I was never like I really liked it and everything, but I was never like super into it. Until one day at the swap meet where dreams come true, I encountered the Ninja Gaiden 1 cartridge. And my stupid ass was like, "There's more?" Not realizing, oh, who are they? They seem to be... there's a story, whatever, I don't care. So yeah, there's a story. This game has like a whole story. And it was one of the things about it... before I get sidetracked. Yeah, it has a story, and I'll go back to that later. But... and because I was like, "Oh my God, there's a Ninja Gaiden 1," because you like as a kid you're just like, there's a Street Fighter 2. There's no Street Fighter 1. So it was the same idea, but then there was a Ninja Gaiden 1, and so I was the one who got Ninja Gaiden 1, and I played it, and I remember it being like, I was like, it feels like a little bit lesser because it doesn't have the like you can't crawl up walls like you can in the second one. And obviously, like, the second one's going to have a little bit more going on. Like, I think the graphics are a little bit nicer and that kind of thing. But, so I was always like, oh, I have the lesser of the Ninja Gaidens. But at the same time, like, because it was the one I had, it was the one that I would play. So it was the one that, like, I kind of, like, figured out and stuff. But to me, it was like, I started realizing, like, stop comparing it to the second one and just play it as it is. And then after that, it was like, yo, this game's kind of dope. Like, yeah, it's missing some of the things, but I became more attached to this one than the second one because of that. Because this was, like, the one I had, so obviously you get more attached to the ones that are yours over the ones that are someone else's. And I think we go outside. Yeah. God, the soundtrack in this game is so good too. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. I was just reminiscing and having a good old time. But yeah, like this is the one that I became attached to, and then if one day in the distant future, well, not distant, like a couple years later, I remember renting Ninja Gaiden Trilogy for the Super Nintendo and being like, "Oh, that's really cool," because we thought at the time, or at least I thought, and I was like, well, they have like Mario All-Stars, which is like a remake of the other ones, and then I saw this and I'm like, do they just have like remakes of all the games where they look cooler? Not knowing, like, no, it wasn't. And I know that like now the SNES version of Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, or the Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, I guess it just only came out on the SNES, is not considered to be like the best version of the games, because they're like the music's not good, they barely did anything with the graphics, And like I get all that, but as a kid, for me, I was just like, oh, it's just so cool to be playing a third Ninja Gaiden game, because I didn't know they did that. Oh, bastard. Got him. Okay. Yeah, the statue in the back is like something that is part of the story. I don't know. I remember when I was a kid. So what I was gonna get back to was, well, yeah, so this game, and it's the one I like because it's the one I had. Anyway, so Ninja Gaiden was one of the first, if not the first. I don't know the exact, but it was one of the first games in like old style traditional, like, or not traditional, like old school, like side scrolling action games, platformer games that was very story based. Like the story was like a big part of the game. Like they had the cutscenes, and like every level, like the cutscenes led right into the level, or the levels led right into the cutscenes. So it was definitely new for its time. And oh, bazooka guys. And it was just one of those things where like it was like, oh my god, especially with like the way the cutscenes were handled, like kind of like movie almost. It was like, oh dude, they killed. And it was also funny because like you couldn't tell who was talking because they didn't have like they weren't like color coded or anything. It was just like, it was just names. And I know the CIA girl that was like a partner to him. Her name's Irene, and I was just being like, what? Who's Irene? What's going on? Like who is Ryu? Ryu. We used to call him Ryu. His name is Ryu, but I don't know, man. It was just cool that they like went the extra mile and like were like, let's make the story like actually matter for this game, as opposed to just being, you know, like an afterthought of like, well, we're just gonna put it in the manual and, you know, hope someone reads it. I think I just have to hang out here. Or not. Oh god. Is it gonna send me all the way back? Yeah, I forgot this game does that. So this game does a really dickish thing where I think it's in the, so you see how it says like stage 3-2? It's like stage 3, or like, you know, world 3 act 2 or whatever. Just to kind of break up the levels. Like if you die, you go back to the beginning or whatever. This game had a, so right now it was in 3-3 because that's the boss for this one. And at the end of the game, you do like, I think it's level 6 or something, or level 5. I don't remember which one it is, but so it's really hard because you have to fight this stupid boss on like a cliff. And you fight the boss, and he's hella hard, and you eventually just brute force through it, and you beat him. And it's like, okay, now you're going to like the last worlds, right? Or the last of it. So it's like, cool, whatever. Like let's get to the end of the game. And sorry, I'm trying to focus a little bit. I don't want to have to do that again. And, you know, you go through like 6-1, or it's like 5- or yeah, I think it's like 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. And it's like pretty friggin' difficult. Like it's a really, really hard. But like, say you die in 6-2, like if you completely like lose if you lose a life in 6-2, it just takes you to the beginning of 6-2, right? The problem is that those are really long. Like 6-1, 6-2, and 6-3 are super long. And if you die, you start from the beginning, which is a pain in the ass. But you know, like it is what it is. Like that's those are the rules that they like put in at the beginning of the game. So you kind of understood like yeah, if I die, like I'm going back to the beginning. So you just kind of try not to die. These motherfuckers went ahead and made it so once you hit like 6-4, which was like the first. Oh, that's like all my life, game over. Yeah. They made it so that if you died on the boss, on the final boss, any of the forms of the final boss, because like I said, the final boss had like 3 forms. Granted, you're trying to figure out like, where do I hit him? Like, how do I avoid his attacks? Like, you probably went in without full health. If you fucking die on any of those phases, it fucking kicks you back out from like 6-4 all the way to 6-1. Not if you lose all your lives. Not if like, you know, like you recontinue. Like, no, you literally lose once against the final boss and it just fucking kicks you out. It's the most bullshit move. Like, you literally have to go in and do like a perfect run. It's fucking stupid. And I remember like after it did that to me, I was like, fuck this game. I don't want to do this shit anymore. And aw, the castle. Yo, there's a website called I don't know if it's still around, Tiny Cartridge, and they would just post news about video games and stuff. It was a Tumblr blog back in the day, but this was at the bottom of their page, and I remember like seeing like they had some cool stuff, and I saw this at the bottom of their fucking page, like that screen right there, and I was like, oh, sorry, this song fucking slaps so hard. I just remember like seeing that at the bottom of their page and being like, I'm gonna follow this website for all my news, because if they like this and did that, they're fucking cool. And I did follow it for a long time. I think eventually it just kind of like stopped updating, or oh, I got the timer. I was like, what the hell was that beeping? What is it? Yeah, I think they just stopped updating, or they might have updated recently, but they definitely fell off because it was like Wii and 3DS era, or Wii U and 3DS era stuff. So, they're not. They kind of just fell off. But I just remember seeing that right now. It was like, oh my god, that website. I remember being like super into it and like following them and seeing like what's new. And I think another thing why I really liked that website for like gaming news was because this was like college era me, so a while ago. But one of the reasons why I liked it was because the way they showed the news, it wasn't just like, here's a screenshot of, you know, of like a thing and like a boring news article. It was like they would like make GIFs of like cool things in trailers, so they wouldn't post the whole trailer. They would just make GIFs of the cool sections and like write cool things and have like links to other stuff. And they actually, like, a lot of the websites that I go to right now that I still go to for like gaming news and stuff, so that I can keep up on it and see what's going on. Like, I got because they linked to at some point, which is crazy to me. Like, now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, like them putting them on their website, like, put them on my radar. And to this day, fucking, you know, however many years later, like, I'm still using these websites for my gaming stuff. So, Tiny Cartridge, man, they were cool. I think they were like pretty big at some point. Like, they got featured. They were like in an indie game or something, because their mascot was just like a Game Boy cartridge with like a smiley face on it. Oh, it was either going to be the jumping high kick tornado kicks guys, or it was going to be the stupid thing. But it got real really like dark and creepy, like with the music and everything. And the color palettes too have gotten like, that makes no sense. I couldn't hit him. Oh. Boss time? Oh, it's the twin statues, yeah. Yeah. Look at those weird, like, alien people in the back. I don't want to die because I feel like it's gonna send me back like hella far. Oh god. I'm close to doing it. Oh god, that was really close. Oh no, I got stuck on the fucking wall. Are you see this shit? This is what fucking grinds my gear. Okay, I can do it, but that was bullshit. Like, I got stuck on the fucking wall. I remember this game pissing me off a lot. But like, you see how like it kicked me all the way back to the beginning of 4-3? Oh my god, like instead of just being like, hey, we're gonna put you back in like the last area, it's like, no, you're starting all the way in the beginning. Yet, when I died in the other section, it just... Yeah, well, fuck. I'm done. I'm done with this game. I still like it, but definitely has some bullshitness to it. Game over. Cool, man. That's Ninja Gaiden. I still like this game a lot, but I don't have the patience for it right now. I'm gonna get angry, and I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. All right. Bye.